Hey there, all you property preservation maniacs. How's it going? It's Chuck Taylor with the Taylor Shop coming at you again with another vlog. And this week, we're going to talk really quickly about assumptions. Now, you know what they say about making assumptions. You make an ass out of you and umption. Well, that's no different in the property preservation field. I tell people all this time, and if you've talked to me and had a sales call with me, you'll know I've said these two things. Number one, mistakes cost money. Number two, this is not an assumption industry. And what I mean by that is, as a processor, we're not going to make assumptions as to what's going on in a property purely based on photos. It's imperative that contractors in the field understand the importance of obviously taking good photos, but also providing proper documentation to supplement and correspond with those photos. Now, if you don't have the proper paperwork, and if you don't have any paperwork for that matter, then you're relying on somebody purely making assumptions as to what they're seeing. And let me tell you, that can get you in a lot of hot water very quickly and potentially put you out of business. It's just a practice that we don't partake in. I let every contractor know that works with us, we will never, ever make any assumptions as to anything. Sure, we're very quick studies and we can look at things and decipher them, but as people know how if you've talked to me, you know how we approach bidding and damages, and there are two different ways. I'm not going to get into that right now, but nonetheless, making assumptions is just the wrong way to go in this industry. This industry is all about details. It's all about being efficient, organized. But most importantly, details. Your clients are expecting you to be detailed, letting you know what's going on at a property. So being vague and assuming things and just, giving generic bids and descriptions for damages, it's not going to get you very far. In fact, it's going to hurt you tremendously, because you got to remember that you're not the only contractor in your area, and in fact, there's probably multiple contractors in your area. And I've heard all the stories about how horrible some guys are. Well, there are bad contractors and good contractors. There, you have that balance in every industry. Just like there's good cops and bad cops. That's just the way it is. Be a good cop. Be a good contractor. Trust me, you'll be rewarded more, and you'll get further ahead in this industry. Now, one thing that's come up recently, and it's about assumptions, is this is a great example too. This has come up a couple times, but it just happened again this week. Was a contractor wanted us to look at a photo of a pressure gauge for a winterization, on an air compressor, looking at a photo of a pressure gauge, and said that we should be able to determine if that property, plumbing system held pressure. No. You cannot look at a pressure gauge photo and determine by that photo if the system is holding pressure or not. Because number one, I'm just looking at one photo. So it might say 20 psi. Okay, well that might have been where you started, but it's still not where it ended. Or did it stay that way? I don't know. Now, I've had some people take a photo of the pressure gauge and then a photo of a clock or their cell phone or something. It's a little more difficult now because you're using your cell phone to take photos. And then, another half hour later, taking another photo. And then you can see, oh, it was at 20, now it's at 5. Okay, there's definitely a leak somewhere. I got it. Now, that's fine. If you do that, that's acceptable. But it's more importantly, the contractor is not going to do that, and it's on the contractor to let the processor, which is the Taylor Shop, know, hey, that didn't hold pressure. You don't want us making assumptions on something like that. Do you see what I mean? And I've actually had somewhat, not heated, but some arguments with contractors because they are trying to tell us that, no, you should be able to determine if the property held pressure from a photo of a pressure gauge. It's just that's not even the realm of reality. So I want to make that very clear. The Taylor Shop does not make assumptions. Now, of course, as some of you know, when we go through photos, we QC and all that, and we catch a lot of things in the photos. And if there's something bizarre or really out of line, we're going to question it. Because, again, we're here to cover the contractor's butt, so to speak, and we're here to make sure that not only your work is being submitted properly and it's of the highest quality, but that your reputation as a contractor in this industry remains untarnished, as well as ours. We've been in business over 10 years, very successfully, and we have a very positive reputation and a very well-respected reputation in this industry, and that's because of our high-quality control standards. So bottom line is, and we got that far by not making assumptions. And nobody, under any circumstances, should make any assumptions. It's just that simple. Again, this is not an assumption industry. This is not an industry where you can just guess and hope you guessed right, or make an assumption and hope you assumed correctly. It's very easy, and I've said it a million times. It's very easy to make a $10,000+ mistake in this industry, just because you weren't paying attention or being detailed or clear. So yeah, I don't want to even say anything more about it because I think I've been very clear about it. We don't make assumptions. We understand. We truly work with contractors to make sure that will never come into play with our different programs and practices that we do. If you're looking for a processing company that is, well, quite frankly, the best in this industry, that does not make assumptions and make sure that your orders are submitted correctly the first time, every time, then you want to talk to the Taylor Shop. Accept no substitute, accept nobody else. Don't even waste your time. There's just nobody that can compete with the wonderfully awesome quality standard that the Taylor Shop has presented and promoted within this industry. You just won't find anybody else that can even compare. You can look. I'm not going to stop you, but trust me when I say you're not going to find it. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And of course, if you're interested in finding out more about the Taylor Shop, go to thetaylorshop.com. Web address right here, and you'll find more information. We have an 800 number. Feel free to give us a call. One of our wonderful ladies here will answer your call and speak English, and you'll understand them because they speak English, and they'll ask you a few questions, and then you'll speak to me about how we can help you become the best contractor in the property preservation industry. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you in the next video. We'll be right back.